Hello everyone, how are we doing? Okay, sound off. Then wait a second and I'll turn it back on. How are we doing? You're looking gorgeous today. How do you do that, huh? And turn back on. Well then, I thought this week was completely over, but here I am. We're going to give it a go. Tuesdays are easiest, so I should be okay. Good morning, Erin. Thank you so much for the raise up. 17 months. Oh no. Oh no. That's a long time. Jeez. What are you up to today? I'm not sure I made the right decision by opening the curtain for lots of reasons. But we'll see. Hi, yes. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Yes, I need lots of water because it's hot over here. I have been playing around with the lighting over here, and also for the YouTube thing, um, and I've come to some interesting conclusions so far. They still have to be, you know, tried a few more times because it could have been luck. But I have a feeling that I figured out how to be a little bit more safe in summer. Good morning, Skulja. Getting up and going. I am also up and going. That's all I can say for today. Hello, Scraticus. We take inspiration from the streamer. Oh no, I'm not sure that's entirely good. Oh, I see what's happening. There's a plant just out of sight that has grown completely out of control. He needs new pens and water. Maybe I'll go get the new pen. I already have new pens at the store for him, but it's a bit big, so I haven't been able to bring it home yet. But I should probably get on that with that because it's really sad. It's really sad. He's so upset, and he's going to grow so much more once he has a new home. I don't get it. It was like a baby little plant from the supermarket, and it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Hello, Will. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Yes, the sun is shining, and I am not a fan, but I'm glad you seem to like it. 17 months, bro. Yeah, that's insane. I was just thinking this morning whether you were already here, but yeah, around this time last year. But yeah, you were. So it was warm, and I like the sun. I do not like being too warm. I don't. See, this is why I love that I have Winston to force me to go on a walk with him in the morning. We go out as soon as possible, so anywhere between 5 and 7, preferably, to avoid all the dogs because we have had quite a few very unfortunate experiences, and we have made so many steps back that I am, to be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to take him anywhere but close to home anytime soon. There's a total of 5 men who have, with their dogs, approached me. 2 of which several times. And this has traumatized Winston quite a lot. So yeah, it's like the white dog, the white shepherd-like dog that we saw for the very first time, the old man. If he is scared of dogs, but that white dog is absolute chaos, panic. Nothing I can do or say will keep him calm. He will shred me to pieces if I try to get him up. All I can do is just run along home with him if we see that dog, because there's nothing I can do. Other dogs I can pick him up and keep him close, and it'll be a bit of a panic, and I'll keep talking to him and we just move away, you know. But that dog, I swear, if I get a chance to talk to that guy, I will scold him. I will scold him so bad because I'm so angry that he ruined just every dog. And then the other guys, of course, didn't help either. But that one, even the guy, we came across the man, but I was with Winston, so I wasn't gonna, I couldn't That guy came out of the house. Vincent saw it, and we weren't even close. And he panicked. I'm so angry. I'm so angry at this man. Old, scary guy approaching. Well, I was wearing my cap, so I looked like a girl. People tell me, a woman in a park with a dog. Come on. So, we've moved to very, very, very early morning walks, which is actually not that bad because that means I get to see the sunrise with him, and that's really, really lovely. So I do like that sun, but like now it's already too much. 10 a.m. and I'm done. So this looks horrible. I don't like the shininess, and compared to I actually have glasses, so you see everything now, don't you? Oh no, that's also not good. Uh, I have actual glasses, so these are very smudgy, but I don't need them for screens because I don't look at screens that much. But I'm going to try during the day to wear these just in general for daylight because I've read up on some autism uh, light sensitivity. There's a spider on my ceiling. That's interesting. Um, and apparently it helps. Winnie, please don't. I'm very fragile. Winnie, it's because the curtains are closed over there, and then he thinks I can't do anything. Winnie, I swear to all my books. Yeah, I see you. I see everything. I am Grandma, son. Good boy. Anyway. I'm sorry. I have to rant about that because it really upsets me. We were going on walks three times a day, and we would come across dogs, and then these men with dogs decided to approach me. I don't get it. Read the room. Dominique, that is what I will do. No, I won't, because then I will be attacking an elderly man, but I will make him feel a lot of shame. That I will. I look like Milo Thatch, really? I'm a bit scared of the glare. I mean, you can't really see shit in the end, but yeah, I won't need these for. They're actually quite a lot like my actual glasses, which you'll probably see this summer as well, because I can't deal. I can't deal. Funny thing, I am able to deal with artificial lighting that I make a little bit warmer. It's the blue light of the day that is just, it kills me. It kills me. But yeah, I got these. They look a lot like the ones I do wear. You'll see them probably soon. Can you keep an eye on the spider? He does catch spiders. That is lovely. Bo never did that, and Toos doesn't even realize that spiders are a thing. I don't think. So I hope we'll catch it. The anime screen glare suits you. I mean, yeah, I'll probably need them for the screen at some, but not today because I'm going to be reading. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Has anyone read this? If so, please tell me what you thought about it. It says funny and touching and unpredictable. I'm not so far. I'm not sure. I think it's very funny. I'm at page 65. I started before sleep last night. Hi, Gnarly. How are you doing? Spider, whatever. Well, it is coming closer. I'm not really. Don't like that. Anyway. Some dogs and cats get along. Maybe their intention was for them to be friends. Sure, but don't you think that you should ask that without a panicky cat that might escape, which actually also happened? Luckily, he knew where to go and he ran straight home. But yeah, no, if you... Never in my wildest adventures of being a nuisance to strangers would I approach someone holding a cat on a leash while holding a dog. Never, never. At the very least, if I were to consider that, I would, from a distance, so not approach them, from a distance, I would ask, hey, do you mind? But not just walk up to me and then tell me what to do to raise my cat while you are clearly the problem because you have a dog, which is scaring my kitty. Leave. That's the problem. That's the fact that they start telling me what to do to stop my cat from panicking when they are the reason that, oh my God, no. So many levels of wrong. First off, old men approaching women in parks, no. But to add to that the men have dogs while the woman has a cat that is panicking, no. No, there's no excuse. Don't try to defend these men. Please don't. Because I will not allow it today. The first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam, oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, Juquux? And did you like it? There goes my favorite client full of orange energy. He does have a lot of energy. It's been so much fun to be a bit out with him, truly. When men leave me alone! Which is why, there we have it. Started wearing a stupid ring again, because apparently just being a woman out there means that I am available for some reason. No. So I have been flashing my hand again to anyone, everywhere, because I'm done. Leave me alone. Being outside doesn't mean that I am available to anyone, alright? Leave me alone. That would require to have enough self-awareness to know that you don't exist in a void and are the only thing that matters. I know, especially the old guy. The first, because that was obviously the most traumatic experience, but also just huge dog, little woman, and a kitten. It's ridiculous. Not everyone is like this. Like, there's this one man who very, very appropriately sees me, doesn't only change direction, just moves back. Way, way back. And just waves. And I'm like, thank you. And I can pass, you know. There's people who can do it. But honestly, 5 of them really need to be scolded. And I will. But not when I have Winnie with me. Wildest adventures of being a nuisance to strangers. I mean, come on. I get it. I'm walking with a cat on a leash. But yeah, Skulljaw, that means that you need to have a little bit more awareness. And apparently these men, because it's just men, not one woman has done this. Aside from the Karen that had her dog off leash, but that's another story. She didn't actually approach me on purpose. But 5 men, separate occasions, actually approached me, and one of them I heard say, let's go have a look at the funny dog. No, sir, leave me alone. Don't do that. You know, as a dog owner, very well that cats and dogs don't mix very well. So don't do that. It's not very hard. And they have traumatized my cat. And I almost lost him because of their just weird behavior. The audacity to approach a woman in a park to begin with. Oh, I will, Skulljaw. Don't worry. Oh no, silence. But yeah, the reason I'm so passionate about it is because we were making such huge strides. He wasn't actually scared of dogs. We were going into the neighborhood even, and now we had a few. I think it's because they got used to seeing me, and they were now like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to her. No. He was so brave. And now we're just back to scratch. He's just as scared as he was in the beginning. And that's upsetting. Wait, what are we, Harry Potter? You know, you should start chanting random spells at them and start screaming that they need to stand. What if it starts screaming? I scare I scare Winston. There was also one man, one of the five. I got out of the way, to make sure that he didn't come close. What do you think? What do you think? He backed me into a corner. So I picked up Winston and thought, well, okay, well then we're done here because I can't let him do it on his own anymore. If someone is actively approaching me, I have to pick him up and walk away. The guy actually screamed after me. Well, that is rude. Why don't you just say hello? Because you're like a 60-year-old man that is chasing me in the park. Oh. So sad. I'm embracing my village. How do you do that, Skolja? I'm trying. I'm reading unlikable female characters. It's very on topic at the moment for me. It is helping me feel a little bit better about, for example, the last thing I said, like that walking away from a stranger when he is upsetting me without feeling guilty. I'm not mean. I'm not a bitch. I am walking away from a stranger who is kind of harassing me, really. That doesn't make me an unlikable female character. Walk around with a burning stick of black sage that emits red smoke. The thing is, I can't do anything. All I can do is pick up Winston and pray that he doesn't escape again, or in a place where he's too far from home or too close to a big road. Because this is all the things that these men don't understand. If I lose him, he is not as brave to be on his own outside. He just couldn't do it. He may want to go outside, but I have seen him behave. He would get under a car. He can't do it. So all I can do is pick him up, squish him to my body, and get out of the situation. I can't even speak to these men and tell them that they are being, well, they're harassing, really. They're upsetting me, clearly. They're upsetting my pet, clearly. And if they can't see that, that's really a them problem, not a me problem, because I'm doing everything I can to avoid dogs, to avoid confrontation, to not be a bother to the dog owners, because I'm pretty sure they're saying that I probably don't have a right to be outside with a cat. What are you doing with a cat on the leash? And the thing is, I grew up with dogs, so I know how people with dogs talk. As a kid, I heard a lot of grown-ups talk about other people with dogs and other people with cats, and I know how they talk. I know what they say, but I can't, in that situation, tell them, look, I grew up with dogs. I know that you know what is happening. Go away. I am not being rude. You are being rude. And actually, I should call the police, maybe, because this is very bad behavior. I feel threatened. The worst thing is I can genuinely imagine my dad doing that, Straticus. Oh no, that's bad. I mean, all the men that have done it have dad ages, to be fair. Hi, Chungus, good morning. I did have a nice experience this morning, a sir that was very polite, very understanding. And that was great, but at the same time, the damage is done, and I fear that it's going to take months, if not years, if ever, to get Winston to not panic. Don't need them to like them, but I don't think he'll never not panic anymore, and that's really upsetting. I'm sat here simmering, honestly. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Sorry, I'm venting. It's just the last few days, it just really hit me that he's been so scared outside, and that's just so unfair. It's very unfair. What are we talking about? Men approaching women with cats while holding big dogs, and then telling the woman that how to raise the cat that is panicking because of their dog. Does that make sense? Probably not. We should probably go start reading before I start venting even more. Men not understanding boundaries and walking up like that, like they have a right. Yeah. Do you vent? Well, I already vented enough. I've been venting for 20 minutes now. It's just boomer energy. Yes, Graticus, that's it. Especially the last guy, like being completely upset that I didn't stop with my panicking cat to small talk to him because he wanted to know how my cat was doing on a leash. Well, clearly, sir, not very well. That's why I'm walking away. The worst thing is my parents used to have Alsatians. They were really good trainers because I'm not sure I know what those are. Because they had to be strict and careful because they know the dog was dangerous since they have had more lapdog types. They just don't seem to care. Like if it got smaller, yeah. Oh no, let's not start about that, Straticus. The That's another bad experience I had with a wiener dog because it's just a small dog. Well, I don't care. He's trying to attack my cat. Keep a leash on your small dog. What is wrong with you? Oh, he's just a small dog. Lady, lady, it's illegal, first off, to have your dog off leash. Secondly, he's trying to attack my cat. And I will kick him. I don't care. I will kick him if he comes too close. So yeah, that's been my outside time. It's not very restful if that's how you go outside. It's supposed to be nice, which means that the sunrise walks are actually quite nice because during the day I just haven't been going out anymore. I can't deal. I get anxious. Winston gets anxious. Can't do it. So small dogs were bred to go down burrows. They can be absolutely yes, they are Skulda. I am more scared of small dogs than big dogs. I grew up with big dogs, Bull Mastiff, Bordeaux dog, Pit Bull, big dogs, and they were the biggest cuddle bugs usually. The smaller ones, just constantly. Stop it. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna try. Listen, I've had a lot of coffee as well. I've been up since 4, involuntarily. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit hyper. It's because I'm tired. I know it makes no sense, but it does to me. I do want to talk a little bit about Walkaway as well today. So stick around if you want to know what I think about that book. But for now, I will be reading Eleanor Oliphant is a completely fine. And I will see you in 30. Good luck. last minute. How did it go? I'm so confused about this book. Thing is, I usually go in blind. Most of the time, even if I know a bit about the plot, I don't really know what the book is about. And honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea what this is about. So I really want to know if there's someone who has read this. Is there someone who has read this and can tell me what they think? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna read the back. I'm not gonna read the back because I like experiencing a book like this. As much as I don't mind spoilers, I also don't mind not knowing anything at all about a book and just experiencing it, as opposed to having um, some kind of expectation from what is on the back or from reviews or something. Usually, the books I have or want to read are from channels on YouTube or maybe Instagram, but not really. Um, from people that have similar tastes or that describe the book without spoiling it, or with spoilers, um, in a way that makes me think, oh yeah, I would like to read that. But by the time I get around to reading it, it's been months, if not years. So I don't know. But so far, I'm just confused. I have theories. Well, I'm pretty sure about a few things, but I can't say a lot yet. I can't say. Let's see. Hi, Whippy. How are you doing? I get used to typing here. I make mistakes with those two as well. It's okay. Hi, Borky. How are you doing? And Goat, hello. I hope you had a good Monday. I did my best. Jungus, I tried to find Wolf Cup, but I couldn't find it. Could you, are you on Discord? Could you link it in the books channel? Hello, Hangry Penguin. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. How are you doing today? I was listening to an audiobook, the same series I'm reading, listening for some months. I'm determined to finish it because I don't like it. I feel that so bad, Porky. What is it? Warn us if it's that bad. Had a fun conversation with my sister on Mother's Day. She's currently reading 1984 for a book club. A book she apparently hadn't read before. I mean, I would say that in the Netherlands, not a lot of people have read it either. Unless you're in like higher education, it won't even be discussed. The only reason I read it is because I want to read all the books. You would be surprised what books aren't read in not English-speaking countries, unless it's like, higher education. I've read it a couple of times, but it's been close to 20 years since the last time. Do I have a copy? I don't think I have a copy anymore because I have been wanting to read 1984 again for a little while. I read it twice, I think. But it's been such a long time. Let me see if I still have a copy. I'm starting to get hungry. I thought, but wait, I ate before stream, but that was at like 6 a.m. No, I don't have a copy anymore. Oh, there's so many books that I don't own anymore. Very sad. I kind of want to make that a quest to go to book markets throughout the country, and pray that there's English, and I can find some of the books that I have already read but have lost copies of, like 1984. I think that's a great book. I hate the ending, which is why it's so good. hate the ending. Ah, dat does remind me that hi Asta, goedemorgen. Hoe gaat het met jou vandaag? Um, you were watching a horror, Whippy? I'm so sorry. I realized I was a bit loud. Usually I'm a little bit softer spoken, I guess. But I swear I had too much coffee. I had too much coffee. With a lot of sugar. I've been up so long. Oh no, no one has read this. Okay. That's unfortunate. I bought a book by the author I mentioned to you once. Blaga Dimitrova. I can't read it right now, but I will as soon as I can. It's called Trip to Yourself, if I have to translate it. Oh, was that a book that wasn't translated? Hi, Adam. How are you doing today? If you were to take a guess, how long would it take to read 1984? For whom? For you? In general? For me? If I were to actually try to finish it in a decent time, or am I allowed to read in a normal pace? It depends. So many questions. I need specifics. It's not, but I sent you another. Oh, okay, okay. You sent another one. I do recall this. Hold on. I can look it up. I am afraid I'm going to change the rules for book club a little bit. It's not going to change for you at all, but it's going to change for me. I'm going to change the rules for me and also a little bit for you because there's books that have been submitted that I keep gravitating towards, and I don't read because they're in the book club box. And this was how I set it up in the beginning. But then again, I also never expected that I would get more than 20 submissions in that thing. I really didn't think that it would be more, that I would ever get more than that. There's over 100 books in there, too many. So this means that, for example, what book was it that I tried to buy again? Where is it? Water Moon, I think. And it was submitted by Evie, I think. And I've tried to buy it twice already. We are Legion now. Yes, we are. Hi, Justin. Welcome. How are you doing today? So yeah, I realized that, and also because I'm working on a YouTube channel and I have a lot of ideas for that. And while I do want to start slow. Of course, I'm not going to put too much pressure on it. It's something that is kind of growing out of desperation, as so much in my life. But also, that means that I will sometimes want to read new books that might also be submitted to book club, and I don't want to deprive book club of those books because they're probably going to be interesting. Like a lot of Booker Prize contestants, for example. Um, So what I'm gonna do is I am not gonna restrict myself because I do that. I check before I buy a book whether it's in the book club box, and if it is, I usually put it to the side. And normally this isn't a problem, but yesterday or the day before, I got a bit upset because I really, 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 really want to read Circe, and then after that, I had that in my mind already. Then Water Moon was suggested when I was looking at another book that I wanted to buy on Amazon, and Amazon was like, "Here you go, you like this," and Amazon was right. So it just got me thinking. So I'm not gonna change anything about the book club submissions. You can submit pretty much anything right now, but I'll decide whether it's something that is nice for a book club. There are some. There is a little bit of a frame that I have around it, but it's not very. I like new books and niche books, right? But also, if I've already read it, I am now not gonna say no to it necessarily. Um, so you don't have to check it anymore. I'm going to have to change a few of the prompts, but I'll do that tomorrow. And if we pull a book that I've already read, I'll just read it again. Or if I've read it recently and I don't need to, and to get the story back in my brain, I'll use it for other things, which is just practical. It's just growing, and I'll have to adjust. The way something is started isn't always ideal for how it starts to grow, and yeah, I don't want to constrain myself in that way. So it will still be a book club read, unless everyone is like, yeah, we've already read it now as well for whatever reason, and it's just not interesting. Then we can all decide to not read it. But I am taking off the chains of if it's in the book club submission box. I will still read it if I really want to. If I really want to, then I'm just gonna do it. I don't know why I have these rules. I really don't know why I listen to them, but yeah, here we are. So I kind of want to read the Water Moon really soon. And the other one, what was the other one? Oh no, I'm getting a bit weepy. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I hope this is not going to get sad because I'm going to cry. Oh no. Let me see. Okay. What? Wow, music is suddenly very loud. I was introduced to a book that I had never heard anyone talk about before, which is The Rainfall Market, um, which is a Korean. Originally, it's Korean, I think. Yes, because it's a translation. Where are you? Oh no, I'm doing it wrong. Here, I hear you. Um, and that was the one I tried to order. The Rainfall Market. An uplifting and healing book that asks, "Would you trade your life for another one?" It gives me this is funny vibes, and then I'm like, this isn't really funny. What are you talking about? Let me see. On the first day of the monsoon, an old ramshackle building appears. This is the Rainfall Market. Inside, you will find magical bookstores, hairdressers, perfumeries, and anything your heart desires. But you cannot enter without an invitation. Saren, who lives in a small flat with her mother and dreams of a bigger, better life, can't believe her luck when she receives a ticket inviting her to step inside the Rainfall Market. Once inside, she will have the opportunity to swap her life for a new one, a better one. Accompanied by Isha the cat and followed by a mysterious shadow, Saren tentatively steps inside. There she is told that she has just 1 week to choose the perfect life and find true happiness. But there's a catch. If she doesn't find her dream life, she'll be trapped inside the market forever. So it's probably a cozy read. At least that's what I remember from the description. It's a bit of a cozy read. I need a cozy read. I need a cozy read. The cat is a bit worrying. If you know, you know. I'm not going to talk about it today because I'm not able to. But I think maybe it will be healing. I think it's exactly what I need. I think that's why it came across my path. I've never heard anyone talk about it before, and I follow a lot of bookish content people. I forget who recommended this one. Uh, but I think this is going to be a June read. I'm probably Water Moon as well because I just listen. If I like the same song, for example, on different platforms, it feels very good, and that makes me feel that I should support the musician. But also, if I try to buy a book multiple times, I should probably just buy it. It probably needs me, and I need it. would the new life include all my old memories, or or I would lose these memories and no memories only from the new life? I don't know, Adam, and I want to find out. I want to find out. So I think it depends a little bit on the rest of the month, because I do have to kind of feel the feels, because June is going to be a little bit hard. This month is already a little bit of a challenge, but I'm not happy about June. So, but that's why I want to have cozy reads. That's my charger. Um, but I'll let you know when I read it. I'll let you know what I think, and who knows? Maybe I'll even make a YouTube video about it. We'll see. Okay, it's time for a power hour. The point of power hours is to try and get into flow. Don't worry if you don't really get to the full hour. I won't either. But the thing is, you have to train your focus, and this is kind of what we try to do during a power hour. You try to focus it for as long as you can, and then if you fall out of it, it's okay. Take a breath, maybe stretch, have a little bit of water, and go back to it, and just try again. So let's try, and I'm probably gonna water my cat as well. Make some tea and read about this. Let me know if you have any other niche books somewhere hidden in your inventory, TBR, because I love this kind of book that no one is talking about yet, and maybe has some treasures that aren't found in the popular books. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'll see you in an hour. I'm sorry, it's Tues and my legs, and good luck. last moments. Welcome back, everyone. Wait, what? Why are you talking about my crazy amount of different styles of white tank tops? I honestly have. If I find something comfortable, I'll just buy it again. I'm autistic. Actually, I'm going to buy a few new ones. I have found a new style that I really like, and I'm gonna buy like 3 of them. Listen, I believe in having a kind of uniform. So while I like dressing up, if you're careful, if you pay attention, like Ox is apparently doing, there's really not a lot of variation. I kind of have a set of rules that I follow, so I don't have to think too much. Winston, wide awake, Wildcat. And there's something else. What are you doing? I'm sorry for screaming. He's doing things he hasn't done in the last 2 days, and I don't get it. Why must you be like this? People who say that pets aren't the same as kids, I want to go into discussion with them, but I also I don't know. Hello, Hestia and Evil Vile Levi. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome. How are we doing? I have done about 1%. What is the new job, Alex? Have you told? I've done about 1% of my workload so far this week. Instead, I have been walking by the river and around the cemetery. It's peaceful today. It appears I've drawn the Labor Guild card from the game deck. I don't know what that last bit means, but okay, Wisdom. I feel like that is a great way to spend your week. He woke up. That's what happened. He woke up, and I'll go play with him in the next power hour. Are you okay? Can you get back down? We'll find out. I recently started buying a white t-shirt so that I will one day have serviceable rags for oiling. I don't want to buy big... Yeah, this is a thing. I know men do this. Wait, I am the same. I found a 12-pound blue shirt I like on Amazon. Just bought a heap of them so I don't have to waste time thinking about what I'm going to wear. Yeah, it's basically... I mean, I don't have an actual capsule wardrobe, but I basically was inspired by people who have capsule wardrobes. I'm just not minimalistic. I couldn't be. You're what? Head of pen testing, so king of the hackers? Okay. Congratulations. Are you excited? I would be. I need to feel guilty about my productivity level of 1%. To whom? Do you feel guilty yourself? To yourself? That would you have rather done different things? Would you have rather been productive, whatever that means? Or where was the time that you spent doing what you did this week kind of needed, and did it make you feel good? Yeah, but who decides that being productive is the only way to feel good about yourself? Isn't it very important to also be alive and do things that charge your battery? You know what I mean? Especially if you work for yourself. Your bank manager, you've lost me. Pretty excited, it's a cool role, and I get a little hacking to do my bidding. I'm trying. I think you'll be great, Ox. You'll be great. But this is why you always bring a book with you if you go somewhere, anywhere. So if you have to wait, you have built-in reading time. Speaking of which, I love this book. But if I were to rate it, like on a personal level, it wouldn't be a 5-star. It would have been if it had been a series. If it had been a trilogy. There's too much in this book. There are too many subjects. Hell, he could have written a freaking book on parenting. In the end, I feel like there's a bit of parenting advice where I'm like, wait, you could have even written a book about parenting. There's so much in here. I love the concept, and I agree with most of it. But it's too much. I wish it had been a series. Oh no, one of the tabs is trying to escape. Don't know what you're supposed to do, but I'll just keep you here. And I don't think he has any plans to make it a series, does he? My finances are when I don't work daily, but I feel good for the peaceful walk. Find a balance, wisdom. Find a balance. I don't think if you're working to live only, that's probably not gonna do good things to your mental health. I don't think so. Especially coming from this book, which probably I feel like if people decided to read along with the book club this month, that you probably read Snuff. And honestly, I don't really know what to say about Terry Pratchett, because he's just it's Terry Pratchett, and he has genius things to say, and there's a lot of hidden subtext. That's, I guess, it. Pratchett is hidden subtext. This was very much in your face. There's people monologue in this for pages, just complete pages. Oh, I have to underline that. Oh, that's why that was. Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. So, where did she start? I mean, I'm guessing it's a she, because sometimes you don't even know who's talking. No, it's a she. Here, right? This is all the same person. This is all the same person. This is still the same person. That's where it ends. Sir. So I have a lot of comments about this, about how it's written, and what I would have done differently. Because I also feel like the side characters, the bad guys, are more fleshed out and have more personality than all the other characters. I feel like this guy was just kind of preaching through every character that is pro message of this book. And it just has, like I showed, monologues that go on for one person talking, nothing else in between, just monologue. And I love conversation and I love monologue, but if there's 3 full pages without, and someone shifted in their seat, or the light changed because they were talking for 3 hours, none of that. That is a lot. And the reason I don't like that, because I liked getting into that myself, but I also read with the consideration of other people. There's so many things in here that I would love to talk about with other people, and that I was very surprised to read about, because I don't have very intellectual stimulation. There are a lot of intellectual stimulation in my real life. So I liked it. But if you want, which is probably what this person wants, if you want people to start thinking about the subjects that you're bringing up, you probably want it to be readable for the general reader and not just the hardcore sci-fi readers. This is not readable for someone who isn't as curious as me, for one, who isn't as versed in sci-fi, which is a lot of people, and not at all for someone you want to convince to read. Because they're not, I mean, people are complaining about general monologues. I watched, or I listened to a podcast about the people that make money from reading but are upset about monologue or something. I don't even know. They just want smut, basically. And I would like to see them read this, actually. That would be so much fun. But I think he says so many important things, but he's a bit heavy-handed. I think he's a bit too proud of how he can extrapolate current technology, and that's great. But I would have split this in at least 3 books, maybe even separate series, in the same world. There are a few things that happen in here. There's one Ox. I would love a whole book about this. Just this, disjointed. I would love a book about this on her own. But I don't know. I want to read something else and see what happens. If it really is, because I feel like it's just the author breaking through the characters, which is taking away from the characters. I feel like there's not a lot of character development. Not really. And the monologues, man, come on. You're not. Well, maybe this guy is aspiring to be Proust. Who knows? I don't know. Is it an acronym? SNUF? Some new undergrads failed philosophy? If it is, I didn't know. I think it's just referring to this the stuff that people used to use. Does he actually sniff it or rub it on his gums? I'm not sure, but it could be. That sounds very plausible. Sounds like Legend of Korra to me. I like more the villains than Korra herself. Really? I have not read that. I don't have to check it. I guess he hangs with a lot of nerds. Probably, but I feel. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to the editor because honestly, an editor could have fixed this easily, unless it was self-published, which it isn't. It was published by Head of Zeus, so I don't know what happened, but I'm disappointed. If I had rated, I give it a 5 stars naturally because I don't give anything less than 5 stars unless there's a non-personal reason. But I wish I just wish it was more books. He could have easily gotten 5, maybe even 6 books out of this. And if he wanted to milk it, this could be a whole universe that doesn't have to stop Wheel of Time style. So that's upsetting. That would have taken away stars. There's too much in here. Monologues can be edited, but he could have used more room. Where can I find this reading job? On the internet, Borgie. Monologue plus. Yeah, exactly. That's what. The reason I only because that's why I it's almost at the end. This is the tab for the huge monologue that I just showed, and the reason that it took me so long to put it in there is because I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. But as I said, I also read as an editor and as a writer, I guess, with the reader in mind. Even though I am a reader and I don't mind this, I just think what a waste. Because if it had been a little bit more, not necessarily easy, I'm not saying that he had to roll back on all the things that he brings up and the concepts, not at all. I'm just saying it needed more room. It needed more room to breathe, and the reader could have used, and probably will need more time to process a lot of the things that he's talking about, and you don't get that time. And in this day and age, I'm very afraid that people who are not actually very good at the act of reading, they won't be able to push through this. No, I don't think. And there's just people who want different things from books, and that's fine. But it would be impossible to convince them to pick something up like this, even though the subjects in here are so important. Yeah, that. But so I had to explain that. To someone, Ox, and it was very uncomfortable because I assumed that the person knew what it was, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't put this out in public, and they were like, why not? Then I had to explain that I once read a book about an au pair who came to the Netherlands, and she wasn't an au pair after she landed in the Netherlands. It was very traumatic to read. Stand in the corner and think of what you've done. I mean, it could be worse. Because review summary tabs are not good anymore. The reader will need a photocopier to fully enjoy the book. Wisdom. I loved it. That's why I'm upset. I love this. I want to. What should I read next? Ox, you have read pretty much everything from this author. What should I read next? I want to know. I want to find out and kind of see if how I feel about this book is correct, because naturally I haven't read anything else by Dr. O, or is it Dr. O or Dr. O? I don't know. And maybe I'm just completely wrong and I have to kind of go back and change the way I think and feel about this book. But I'm 99% sure that I know what's going on in here, and he needs a better editor. So, can you tell me what I should read next by this author? In the meantime, we are going into the second power hour. I need to urinate really badly, so I'm gonna do that. Probably make some more tea. Play a little bit with Winston, because he's gonna erupt into chaos, and I don't want that when I'm trying to read. Keep each other company. Be nice. Be kind. Don't forget to drink water. I'm gonna shut up, and I'll see you in an hour. Good luck. Last minute. Oh no. Well then, okay. I got quite a lot of reading done actually. A lot more than I thought I did when it turned out that not only did Winston want my attention, no, Toulouse. Toulouse was quite adamant. Quite adamant. How did it go? How are we feeling? I thought that Rita was with you, 40. Congratulations. What is the plan for today? We wanted to, and then we realized that we could get sick from traveling a lot. I mean, yes. Yes, that is a thing. But it's my understanding that kids just have a lot of germs in general. I don't know. So, what does that mean then? You're going back? I thought you were going to, I don't know. You are all over the world. I'm still waiting for this book to become funny. I wish someone had read this because I have some questions and I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to Google because as I'm not yet spoiled, I also don't want to actively look for spoilers. You know, this is a very interesting experience. Pretty sure she's at least neurodivergent. It's not funny at all. This can't be funny. Where is it going? How many pages is this? Because I'm not gonna take a long time for this to be finished because I need to know. Not even 400 pages. It's 383 pages and I'm on 141. Yes, Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Yes, did you read that, 40? Getting ready for the motorcycle competition. I'm so impressed that you're even out there. I would take a little bit more time. No, I never will. Okay. You don't have to. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What do I know about this book? Because it's been out there for a little bit. And I've heard about it quite a lot, but not about the plot. Just that a lot of people were reading this and wanted to read this. I mean, it was Book of the Year. I don't know who decided that. Who decided that? The British Book Awards. Okay. And also, wait, I didn't read this. Gustav First Novel Award, British Book Awards, Book of the Year, and Specsavers National Book Awards. Hold on. What do you mean? That's a I'm glitching. That's an eyesore in the Netherlands. What do you mean, Specsavers? I mean, kind of makes sense, I guess. Your team doesn't know you're sick. I just want people to leave me the fuck alone, and that's how I work best. And if I tell them, they'll try to protect me and shit. I mean, that's not a bad thing in this situation. I wasn't really talking about that though, because I can see why you would want to continue working when it comes to that. But I'm more talking about like accidents and stuff. Eyesore in the Netherlands? No, well, so I don't know what it's like. I mean, in the UK, I remember that I couldn't just go to a store where you can get glasses or contacts because you needed a prescription. And in the Netherlands, it's the other way around. You can't go to your GP for your eyes. I mean, I guess you could, but they'll send you to a store to get glasses, and they, do the test for your eyes in that store at the same time. You could just walk in. Most stores, most days, unless it's exceptionally busy, but they get your prescription and then give you glasses or contacts, and one of those stores is Specsavers. Um, so I'm a bit confused. Specsavers National Book Awards. What the hell is that? I don't know. Wait, it's actually from the store? I'm so confused. What do you mean? I'm gonna look into this after stream because I'm so confused. I didn't realize. Why did I not know this? I have been thinking about a little project. Um, Apparently, where is it? I'm not entirely sure I have the right list at the moment because the screenshots were different. But I'm thinking about reading all the number one books from 1925 to 2025. Just from here on out. I've read 25 of them, so I'm on my way. But that means there's 75 more that are on the list from the last 100 years that I haven't read yet. The thing that's stopping me, last year it was Fourth Wing. I don't want to read Fourth Wing. I don't want to do it. But I do want to read all the books on that list. I was very sad when I realized that I only read 25. And I instantly thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to read all of them. It's decided. New goal. Not sure. When I reached number 2, I don't want to read Fourth Wing. I've completely abandoned my DAB project. I'll make to upload a chapter tonight. You do that, Forty. I've been very patiently waiting because I know you're busy, and you're traveling, and you're just a busy bee. So I've been very patient. But if you would continue that, I would love that truly. No Fourth Wing. If I can avoid reading Fourth Wing, I would really be happy. I would rather not. I read Akatar, and I'm not sure. I mean, now I can say I did, but I don't think I want to read Fourth Wing. I have seen at least 3 people talk about it because I enjoy those content creators and how they make unhinged recaps, but I don't think I want to read the book. But I'll have to think about that because I do kind of want to read all those books. A lot of them are on my TBR already, so I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more. Maybe tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, people. I have to go. It's not going away. I have an endo. I hope it's a mini wave. It's supposed to be a mini wave, but I want to make a hot water bottle. So I did a lot of reading. I don't know about you, but it was a good day for me when it comes to reading. Day isn't over yet, though. So I am going to try very hard to not cry any more than I already did. Look at the schedule to see what it means for you. If anything changes, I'll let you know on Discord or on Instagram. But I don't expect a lot of change. Shouldn't have said that. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. Don't forget to drink water. I love you. I hope to see you soon, okay? Hey, Phil! Hey, we're reading one of your books, I think. Let me make it real quick. Right? Oh, I need to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna go fix that. Bye.